Time now for stage 4, and as you can see, in terms of the first event we have to do, it is of course a drag race. And you know what I'm going to do for this? I'm going to open this up using the... let's use the Mustang, because it's a drag race. However, I'm going to use my cars individually from now on, because, well, I figured that might mix things up a bit to make it more interesting. And our first 3 races are all drag races. So I'm going to split these up individually in terms of what cars it is I'll be using, because I figure that's what makes it more fun. At least I think it'll make it more fun. Anyway, let's go. As we are once again going up against our favourite boys, the Corollas. And we are going in the other direction, so where the traffic is flowing, so hopefully we shouldn't have too much trouble here, as far as I'm concerned. Ah, nice. Oh. Correction, we are flowing in the opposite direction to where the traffic is. Oh well. At least I have a fast car, so hopefully this shouldn't cause too many problems. Finally. Did I mention I hate this drag strip? Okay, so Angelo came home 2nd, Dana 3rd, and Adam 4th. Huh, we won 8 grand from that race. 8 freaking grand. Jesus Christ. How the hell did we win that much? That is unbelievable. Eh, whatever. I might as well get a replay. The drag races normally take the least amount of time to record anyway. Well, I knew how to do it. I just needed to do whatever it took to miss the traffic, and at the end of the day, I was extremely glad to say I did miss the traffic. Even though it took me 7.5 minutes to get it right. But I got there eventually. I just had to be lucky with not hitting the traffic or hitting the outside walls. Anyway. 1 race down, and we still have 7 to go. And then, once we are done with the next 7, we should have just 8 races to go. And those will be in stage 5. And oh boy, are they going to be interesting. But, will I still go for it? Probably. I should also mention, I did move my car back over to the spot where our final career mode race took place with Caleb, and where I eventually won out. So, we have got through the poopy drag race. Now we have to get through these 2 drag races. And for the next one, I'm going to use the Hyundai, just because I figure the Hyundai is better suited to these two races. Also because it will make my job easier. Still, I did not think I was going to win 8 grand from that one race. I mean, that is definitely a big prize by this game's standards. And up against the Corollas again. And restarting, because that's how I get the rep as well as the money. Trying to make sure I don't forget to do this before each of these races. And short shifting there. I can definitely tell you the Hyundai Coupe is easily one of the fastest cars in this game. And moving to the left hand side and hitting a top speed in the end of 2:11 and a time of 23.88. Eric second, Jamie third, and Nick was fourth. And another 8 grand in the bank with 300 rep points. That is pretty big, I'm not gonna lie. That is living it up real big. I guess you could say it's what Big Manny would more or less call the real big time, more or less. But still, that is a significant increase in the prize giving. So we're now 93% complete as we've done the first 2 races using both the Mustang and the Hyundai. And I think for the next one I'm going to use the Peugeot, just because I don't think there's going to be too many problems with this one. And then after that we've got a drift race. Well, I'll use the Peugeot for this one, just because I figure it may as well be worth using 3 of my 4 cars. I might also consider using the Mitsubishi in one of these as well. Also because I know the 106 isn't particularly slow. And well, considering the intervals I have for each of these drag races, or the intervals I've had so far at least, I figure this isn't a bad choice, coming from me personally. Anyways, and there we go. I win! What's the interval going to be though? Wait, did I restart this? Oh, I didn't. You know what, I'm just going to restart. Just because I didn't get the cash or the rep. I figure that's not too much of a bad idea at this stage. Okay, anyways. I short shift into 6th gear, and there we go. I win on my first try, and with a time interval of 8.83 seconds. 300 rep, 8,000 bank, and a top speed in the end of 187.4, and everyone else literally never stood a chance. Alrighty. 3 races in the cleanup are down, and I am now already up by 24 grand compared to where I started. That is quite an increase. if I do say so myself. I also figured, well, because the prize giving is a lot bigger now, I might as well take advantage of this. So we're up to 71 grand now in our bank, and I think for race 4 I might as well use the Evo, because I've used all my other cars so far, and it's another downhill drift. Okay, let's just get through it. It'll probably take me a few tries to get it right, but we're already 3 races in, so hopefully this won't take too long. But we'll wait and see. And what's the score I have to beat? 200,000. Set by Daryl. Okay, that's the score to beat. Well, let's go and get it over with. And then try and see what else we can do from here. Because why not? Alright, that's a good start. 33,000 in the first 10% of completion. I'd say that's pretty good going so far, if I do say so myself. Just gotta hope the rest of this run manages to stick. Okay, not like that. But you get what I mean. You know, just making sure that the rest of this run is pretty solid. Okay, up to 60,000 now. So I am moving up. Just depends on knowing if I can keep moving up. Hopefully I can, as long as traffic doesn't cause too many problems from here. Okay, I'm holding on to my points, as I'm now up to 81,000. That's going to put me up to 100,000 over. 107,000 now before the halfway point, so we are doing brilliantly at the moment, from what I can tell. Now we are doing brilliantly. I reckon we're pretty much going to have this one in the bag before we reach the 90% mark, is what I think. Because we're definitely moving up that way. And we're only 7,000 points off third. Okay, we are closing in on third place. This car is definitely made to drift, there's no question about that. Although it's a rally car, so that's understandable. And just like that, I'm up to second, so I reckon I'm going to win this before the 3/4 point. Okay, well, couldn't avoid hitting the wall there, but I still have a lot of time. I reckon the score is going to be basically good enough to win anyway. And what do you know? It is good enough to win. As just like that, I am already up to over 200,000. Well over now. I really wish that taxi wasn't there though. I still think I can do better than this, but either way, we're still getting the numbers. We're well above our target. And I'm also doing this on the medium difficulty because I don't want to put too much of a strain on myself. And not quite going to get to 300,000, but at least I'll be close. Oh! Okay. I just went over 300,000 in fact. So Arnell was second, Carol third, and Greg was fourth. In the Ford Mustang. And we also had another Lancer in that event as well. Nice. Okay, 4 events down. And still 4 events to go. I'd imagine we're probably going to have a circuit race up to somewhere around here. So we're now up to 210 in terms of our events and 94%. So I think for the next one, let's have a look. what do we have? What's next? Oh, it's a sprint race. You know what? I'm going to use the Peugeot again for this one. Because the car is nimble enough to do it. So yeah, I'll use the Peugeot for this one. Because I can. Oh yeah, I'm still doing this on the medium difficulty. I might have to switch that off once I'm done with this. But either way, I'm off to a good start anyway. So we're up against the Corolla squad once again. And let's see if we can get this over with. I hope we can. Okay, so take 2 of this because, well, my previous attempt was going well, but then suddenly a car showed up. I basically fucked myself, and then shortly after that I fucked myself again on a jump, and basically the car barrel rolled and it landed on its roof. And basically, because I could not be bothered to reset because I would have inevitably lost the lead, I just simply decided my best option from here was to restart and see what happens. I don't think I'm going to get any higher than 198 through that corner. I think 198 is going to be the best speed I can achieve for the rest of this because of how slow a lot of the roads are here in Beacon Hill. Anyway. And on the brakes, and regaining control of my car. I think this is going to be where the 300 rap point streak ends. Unless I can nail the shortcut. And not quite, but anyways. Off the final corner, at the Burger King driveway, at the Burger King restaurant, and oh, I do get 300. Let's check to be sure though. Yeah, I do. Okay. So, 8.1 seconds over Kirby, Anthony 3rd, and it was Yoon who came home 4th. Not bad. Not bad. So that's now 5 races done in the Stage 4 cleanup, and we now have just 3 remaining. We should be up to 214 by the time we're done with this. Yeah, okay, that was our 5th race. So we have just 3 races to go. And our next one is going to be... where is it? It is a circuit race. And then a second circuit race, and a 3rd circuit race. Okay, well this one is going to be pretty slow, so you know what? I'm going to use the Evo for this one. Just because it's a short course. Yeah, I'll use the Evo for this, because the straights aren't too long. I probably should have put the difficulty up for this one. Oh well, it doesn't matter. At least not too much to me anyway. Alright, so we got the Corollas again, and gonna restart before I forget because I want that cash. Also because I want those rap points. I really do hope there's gonna be a moment in where I don't forget to collect the cash from all of those races. So we have Carvey, Liv and Greg who are running in this race. They are our opponents here. I managed to thread the needle through the short chute, and already one of the opponents in this race has fallen far behind. And hopefully, since this thing is four-wheel drive, hopefully it won't have any problems navigating the jump. And after I tapped the brakes on the jump so I would not cause this car to front flip, I got through there pretty well. And everything at the moment is going okay. Or at least it was. Before that happened. I'm so glad the reset button is there to help you get out of the wall. That can be really helpful to get you out of awkward situations, especially when you're leading, like I am. So, you know. Hey, I just went full throttle through the botanical gardens. Or the flower house, I should say. Because that's more or less what it is. Alright, final lap. As I narrowly avoid both those vehicles. I'm getting some more air points. Because that is a jump. And visibility will be limited now because the rain is here. That can be a problem from time to time, but luckily, however, I know where it is I'm going because I can see where the track is going. And now, can I get through here? Yes, I can. And now we just have a few corners left. And doing well so far. Also had to lift off the throttle a little bit there so I wouldn't have too much trouble going through there. Everything appears to be going okay. And across the line with a huge margin. And 3 minutes 35.7 is what it takes for me to finish. 17.4 seconds clear of Carvey, Liz was third, and Greg came home fourth. Alrighty. 6 racers are down, and we still have 2 to go. Since the last 2 are circuit races, hopefully I shouldn't have too many problems. Okay, so we're now at 2:12. I have to keep checking these because I need to be sure of these. And now, our next one, is it going to be a long one? I think it is going to be a long one. Yep, it is a long one. Well, they're both long ones. Well, I'll do this one first, since it's shorter and it's easier for me to get around. And then the last one I'll probably do with the Mustang. I was thinking there might be a downhill drift event somewhere in here, but fortunately it doesn't look like there is. And now I just have to go out and leave my opponents in the dust. You don't have to get all the rep points or the cash if you don't want to. If you just want to get these over and done with, then that's fine. I'm just doing this because, well, I'm in it for the cash. And because, well, the cash rewards I get from these races, well, they're pretty big. And it's because of that I've just decided it's probably easier for me to just, you know, it's probably easier for me to just get the cash rewards and then it proves I can end off this game on a high with some big bucks, basically. Because 8 grand over the course of 8 races, that is one hell of a chunk of dough to think about. If you're wanting to end off this game on a high, like me, then it's basically just what you're going for. Or at least, it's pretty much what I'm going for. So, you know, I'm just doing this because I want to get a few extra credits for my efforts. By the way, if you're asking, I might actually consider doing the last race on the medium difficulty, because then it means with the stage 4 average rep score, it won't be too far off a perfect score. So I'm doing pretty well at the moment, if I do say so myself. Shit, okay. I'm not doing very well at the moment. Well, at least it's keeping this race close enough. You know, because why not? Alright, final lap. As I take the shortcut once again, and I narrowly avoid hitting that car. And it looks like from here we're doing pretty well for ourselves. This might be where the 300 rep score ends. If I don't get over 5 seconds ahead of my nearest opponent. Yeah, I think that might end now, is what I think. But anyway, Julie is running second, David third, and Scott is running fourth. And at the moment, I'd say we're doing pretty well. And now... it looks as though I'm going to be walking away with another pretty large margin of victory, the way things are currently looking. And onto this side of the road because it's safer, and across the line, and I wreck right at the finish. But that's okay, because I still decimate the opposition. 19.7 second margin of victory over Julie, Scott third, and David was fourth. Alright. I can definitely say our bank has increased significantly since we started this. And now, we should have just one race to go, if I'm not mistaken. And then for stage 5, I may consider going back to the hard difficulty. Okay, so we have one race to go. And the last one, I'm going to use the Mustang, because it's the only one I've not used twice among my owned cars. Here it is. And is everything else done? Yep, okay, that's the only one. Okay, here it is. Okay, I think we're going 3 laps around here, so I think we should be okay. Okay, just having one last sip of water because I figure that's necessary. And, oh, no, that's not what I wanted to do. There we go, that's what I wanted to do. Okay, let's go. I get the head start. I've done all of the stage 4 cleanup races on the medium difficulty. And maybe if it's possible by tomorrow, I might be able to get this game finished, if I'm lucky. But we'll just have to wait and see, as I take the inside road, and I already have a 3-second advantage over whoever's in second. Okay, Dan is running in second, Spencer third, excuse me, and Rowena is currently running fourth. So I'd say we're doing pretty well for ourselves. And heading into the short chute as I managed to avoid a car there on the left hand side. And wow, it took me just a minute and a half to complete the first lap. That went by quicker than I thought it was going to. Although I guess because we have a lot of straight lines here, that's more or less where I believe we currently stand. And using the nitrous button, trying to see what my top speed is. Okay, 215 is the top speed I can set with the Mustang. Doesn't look like that's going to change either. Especially because I already have a huge lead. a 17-second lead over Dan. Spencer is running in third. Oh, Rowena now moves up to second. Spencer is third, and Dan is running in fourth. I might have to consider moving back up to the hard difficulty for stage 5. Also, that SUV was in a very precarious predicament if he was wanting to perform a U-turn. That was a very precarious position for him to do something like that. If he was attempting a U-turn. Because he could have run straight into me, but I'm so glad he didn't. Anyways. And can I beat my... Oh, 217! I've now set a new top speed for this race. And that is 217, believe it or not. That is now my new top speed. As I'm slipping and sliding just before the fountain. And now we just have 2 corners to go. Well, 3 corners to go. So through the right-hander and taking the inside lane, 27 west. And using nitrous right at the finish, because I can. No trouble with any cars, and there we go. I am now done with the stage 4 races, as the margin of victory was nearly 26 seconds over Rowena. Spencer was third, and Dan came home fourth. Alright, 300 rep, 8,000 bank. I think I recorded a replay at the start, so don't need to worry about that. And now, I will save the game. Because I can. Alright, there we go. Stages 3 and 4 have now been cleared in their cleanups, and we should have just 8 races to go now. So we are now at 96% completion, and we have done 214 races, and we are now up to 111,000. In other words, we're up to 111k. And so, there we go. That is all of our Stage 4 events dusted and waxed. Now all that's left is the Stage 5 cleanup events. And then once we're done with this, we should make it to 100%. I hope. Anyways, that'll do it for the Stage 4 cleanup, and next up will be the Stage 5 cleanup.
No one can rise up. I need speed when I'm racing that strip. I got the bull and the chip. Your car like something to strip. Throw up the key. The hoopty whip to the squad.